everyone. My name is Dyosini, and I am the primary lecturer for the module Child Development in the Early Years, module code CDE2601. Today, I'm going to take you through a brief presentation about the introduction of this module. I will talk a little bit about myself as the primary lecturer. I will take you through the year plan as well as the overview of this module. We will talk a little bit about the study material as well as the study file. And lastly, we will talk about answering assignment questions. So let's get right into it. Welcome to Child Development in the Early Years. As previously mentioned, the module code is CDE2601. My name is Miss Dyosini, and I am the primary lecturer for this module for this year. I'm now going to take you through some of the outcomes of this module. So by the end of the year, we expect you to be able to engage with various theories of child development and learning. This means that we're going to teach you various theorists who have done research and work on the different theorists surrounding the development of children and how they learn. The next outcome is we'd expect you to be able to address physical development of young children. This means that you need to understand how young children develop physically from their ages of 0 to 9 years old. Then we need you to be able to explain cognitive development of young children. This means that you need to understand how the child's brain works, how it grows, and how it matures over time. We then go into a discussion of social and emotional development of young children, which means that you're going to learn about how children develop socially as well as emotionally when it relates to their culture, their traditions, their history, as well as their emotional well-being. Another outcome is that we'd expect you to discuss creative development of young children. This means that we need you to be able to understand that children are creative beings, and in them being creative, there are various things that they learn and grow throughout their maturity. Lastly, we want you to address the moral development of young children. So this means that our children have different beliefs, different traditions, different cultures and morals and values. And as they grow and develop that, we need to be able to understand it as teachers. Here's a little bit more about me. You can find more information about our module on the module site, where I have a beautiful welcome message for you. I've also given you my email address, which you are welcome to contact at any time. It reads as follows: dyositp@unisa.ac.za. You can also contact me through the module site using the chat icon, as well as anytime you are on the module site, you're welcome to give me a message and I will respond promptly. Now I'm going to take you through the year plan as well as the overview of this module. In this module, we have 4 assignments that are written assignments, as well as an MCQ, which we call a quiz assessment on the Moodle platform. So your first assessment would have been a quiz, which was multiple choice questions for you to answer. The next 3 assignments, which are assessment 2, assessment 3, and assessment 4, are all written assessments in the form of long and short assignment questions, where I will ask you different questions in different formats, such as multiple choice, true or false, or using a case study. Let's talk a little bit about the study material for this module. So you have an official study guide, and in your study guide, you have all the information that pertains to this module. On our module site, you will also find uploaded videos, live lessons on the big blue button for each learning unit, as well as PowerPoint presentations. Let's look at some of the learning units in our study guide. The study guide has different forms of content, and this is what we will be discussing in this year. The first learning unit is an introduction to child development theories. The second learning unit is understanding the grade R years. The third learning unit is cognitive development of the grade R child. The fourth learning unit is language development of the grade R child. The fifth learning unit is physical development of the grade R child. The sixth learning unit is the social and emotional development of the grade R child. The seventh learning unit is the moral development of the grade R child. And lastly, at number 8, we have creative development of the grade R child. Now we're going to discuss what it means to create a study file. First of all, let's ask the question, what is a study file? A study file is a file of valuable documents for this module, and you will find that they consist of each learning unit from the study guide. So on the learning site, you will find, on our module site, you'll find different study files for each learning unit. So learning unit 1 will consist of a PowerPoint, an activity, or a forum, as well as a big blue button live lesson for you to interact with me and talk about the different content and questions related to that learning unit's content. Now we're going to talk a little bit about answering assignment questions. So once you've read through your study guide and you've summarized all the content, you have to consider the following information. Firstly, do not copy and paste from the internet or the study guide, as this is called plagiarism, and UNISA is taking academic dishonesty very seriously. The next thing you have to do is check the mark allocation. Sometimes it's difficult to gauge how much content to write in answering an assignment question or an exam question. A good guide would always be to look at the mark allocation, as this will tell you how much or how little content you need to share. It's important for you to read the question carefully. A personal tip from me to you would be, if you can, read the question 1, 2, or 3 times over so you have a good understanding of what the question is asking you to do. The next thing is that you will be required to apply the knowledge that you've learned from the study guide to the questions that will be asked in the assignment. Here is an example below. The question could be, what is creativity in the context of child development? So this answer cannot simply be copied and pasted from the study guide. You need to read and understand what the writing process is before you apply and answer this question. Understanding what creativity is on its own is very important so that you are able to apply it to the context of child development, as well as knowing how to answer this in the context of the classroom, because most of the time you have to apply your knowledge from the perspective of a teacher. Now we're going to talk about how to understand some of the assignment and examination vocabulary. When we ask you questions, we do it according to the Bloom's taxonomy level of questioning, which means we have a variety of question words that we use to gauge different things in application. For example, we could ask you to elaborate. When we ask you to elaborate, it means give more information. So you'd have to give us more information about the content we are asking you to share with us. If we ask you to justify something, it means we need you to give an opinion as well as an example of what it is that is being asked in the question pertaining to the content. That is all from me today. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. I hope you find it helpful. Ngiyabonga, ngiyaleboha, bayadanki.